This rimfire ammo costs as much as some centerfire ammo, and the question is it worth it? And if it is worth it, to who? Let's get into it. That's right, today we're talking about RWS R50, which is one of the most expensive rimfire ammos that you can buy, coming in at around $30 a box. Now there is one ammo that's more expensive that I know of, that's Lapua Exact, but this is at the top of the food chain. Now $30 a box, if you're doing quick math, that is over 50 cents a shot. We are definitely in the territory of 223. Maybe not precision 223, but still, you can shoot centerfire stuff cheaper than you can shoot 22 long rifle in 2026. Now, whether or not that's gonna be worth it to you is going to be very case sensitive, and we're gonna get into that, but we're gonna talk about what you're getting out of that. We're gonna show you what that looks like on target. There are some compelling reasons to buy it. A couple of weeks ago, I sat on this bench and told you that $30 a box or 28, whatever the cheapest you can get it. It's just not somewhere that I would go with rimfire ammo. And can tell you now, before we get into this, if you don't want to spend $30 a box on rimfire ammo, you probably don't need to be honest with you. But if you don't want to, don't test the stuff. We're gonna shoot this through the CZ, and we're shooting Ely match because we're gonna get a baseline. If you're curious about the rifle, this is a Muller Works barrel spun up by Modicam MCR. This is a Timney trigger and pretty much my full-on custom build, and it really doesn't like this ammo. Let's switch to a better lot. This will be good because you guys can see how much of my reticle movement accounts for group size, which through the trigger pull is hopefully nothing. You can tell this lot is a lot better. And with stuff like Lapua and Ely, you know, especially kind of their mid lines, you're going to have to test more, you know what I mean? Like the lots are going to be different. You see those first two groups, same ammo, different lot, wildly different result. All right, a little bit of windage in that group. The SD was 6.8. Let's see, ES 21.7. So 6.8, 21.7. That is definitely not outside of, you know, what would be normal. So these are just for the purpose of fouling the gun. And really, not too bad a group out of the fouling ammo, the special match. That stuff does pretty good. We have two lots of R50. All right, so as we shoot these groups, and you guys are gonna see them live, two different lots of R50, I'm gonna talk about why you might wanna spend $30 in ammo. $30 a box, you know, that's quite a bit of money. And here's the deal. If you go with Ely, Lapua, those lines, you know, you can find really good ammo. As you see, the groups there are nothing to sneeze at. But you're gonna look around and you're gonna have to lot test probably quite a bit for those. Let's see. But what I found with R50 is it is so consistently good that you can typically just about pick any lot, put it in a bunch of different rifles, and have a really, really good luck. And not only is it going to be consistently accurate, it's going to be consistent numbers wise. I found really probably the best numbers out of these. And now they do fluctuate. They can get up around the same number SD and ES wise as the other ones. But just overall, they just seem to shoot really good. I'm gonna let me dial down so we don't ruin our point of aim. We're gonna aim right on this corner, and we're gonna see what kind of group we can get. But that's what I found. If you order like a test lot of, say, like 10 bricks of R50, you are going to typically find that like 8 out of the 10 just absolutely hammer, and the other 2 are still pretty dang good. That one come out on windage, but we were working on basically a perfect group there. But as you can see from those 2 groups, and all the group sizes up, they're, you know, pretty dang good. Let's switch over to the other lot. So for $30, it's a lot of money. I tell you right now, this shot really good. One of these lots shot like really good about every gun I got. And the thing is, it's more money up front, and 2 weeks ago, I was just not gonna do it. I think I'm gonna do it because as opposed to spending $20 a box on something else and having to test a lot of ammo and do a lot of searching, R50 just seems to be kind of the easy button. Like, you just test a couple different lots and you're going to have something hammering in those. So here's a second lot, and this one didn't shoot as good, especially my other gun, and I don't recall how it shot out of this. So, oh, before I get into that, on the last one, we had a 20 ES and a 5.6 SD, so pretty good. We'll measure this lot too. So we'll see. That might affect that one. Nope, seems to be okay. Totally different point of impact on these, but it is shooting nonetheless. I'm trying to watch this screen. I'm not getting behind the gun on purpose so I can perfectly see where this reticle is. Try and give you guys the best group size I can out of this without moving the rifle. This is when having like a super, you know, like super high magnification optic is going to allow you to shoot really tiny groups. You're going to get that point of aim exactly the same every time. And as you can see, this is the lesser of the two. And I mean, those groups are really good. A little windage in that one, but man, look at those groups. As we alluded to before, you know, is it worth it? Yes, I think it's worth it. Is it worth it to you is the better question. Now, if you're shooting NRL monthly, where you're gonna shoot 2 to 3 MOA targets, absolutely not. You do not need to spend this kind of money. You can, if you want that kind of, you know, if that's your expectation, then sure, go right ahead, but you do not need to. Stay in that $15 a box range. You know, that's gonna be totally fine. You're gonna hit all your targets. It's gonna matter more about you, the gun, the position. Now, if you're shooting at a high level and you're in a situation where the difference between winning and losing can be one shot, then I think at that point it does become worth it to you. If you're gonna invest a lot of money into a sport, especially, you know, a shooting sport, you know, spending a little bit more for ammo certainly, you know, isn't going to hurt. Let's see, we are going to aim right here. We're gonna put that 2/10 marker right on that little knob right there, that little piece of the plate. We'll see, we will dial down to about 3.8 just to make sure we stay out of the way and stay on the plate. This is gonna be that R50, and let's see how it looks out there on plate. And again, not perfect wind conditions, but we'll see what we can do. And this is why I like running that trigger cam too, is you guys can see the results as they happen, and you can see where and when I break the shot. So there's no guessing, you know, if I'm playing around with anything. A little bit of windage out there. But overall, very consistent. I actually think the other lot's a little bit better. We're gonna step back into Ely match here. And I will say that this is not like lot tested R50. These were lots of stuff that was laying around. You can order test lot bricks. I still may do that, I'm not sure yet. We're gonna aim right at that leaf right there, that tip of that thing. That's just a bigger plate at 150 below it. Ely match. Okay, man, we've been lucky with our dials. It's not like it's not consistent out there. And, you know, in comparison to that, we have, let's see, a little bit more paint chippage on there. Hard to say, 3 or 4 tenths there. And about the same there. So they're essentially the same at 150, at 200, 300. I expect the R50 to start going. The numbers are quite a bit better on one. And again, the real difference here, and I'm glad that worked out that way, is you can find really good lots of match, Ely match, Lapua long range, super long range. You can find them. What I think R50 is doing better and why they're charging more is that you don't have to hunt as much in R50. You can basically pick up this stuff and be pretty sure that it's going to hammer. And again, a couple, 2-3 years ago, Ely match was almost the same way. I would buy 10 lots, 6 out of the 10 would be really good, 4 wouldn't work. With R50, it's like you buy 10, 8 out of the 10 are really good, and the other 2 are still good. So I think that's why they're charging more. And again, the SD and ES, the numbers, the consistency as far as velocity goes, has been better than anything I've seen, and that's not this release, that's previous ammo too. So overall, super, super consistent. Do you need it? You have to answer that, right? What do you expect? Do you need to shoot zeros, and do you need, I was seeing SDs as low as 3 with ESs around 10. Now, if you need that, if you want every single edge, every bit of performance you can get right now in 2026, I think the R50 is going to be unparalleled in that department. I don't think there's better ammo right now than RWS R50. You're going to pay for it. Whether or not you should pay for it, you have to answer that question. I appreciate you guys watching. Catch you on the next one.